Hey all, I've been wanting to take you on the journey of, having a YouTube channel with me. I know lots of other people have done it, but I haven't. And I wanted to do a quarterly update, but for some reason it was a bit chaotic and I missed one, and I'm going to be away in October. So we'll do an awkward in-between update now. So one of the things I had to think about is, how would I provide value to people? Should it really be, someone's brand new to X-Plan and you start from scratch, and really a step by step? And I thought that's not really necessary. There's a lot of resources out there if you are an X-Plan client and paying and subscribing, or your boss paying and subscribing. So I didn't really think that would provide a lot of value. And also, seeing as how this is my hobby, I thought I could just skip to the things I'm interested in. Now, if I'm really honest, and you'll probably notice on the channel, I haven't recorded anything for months. And a reason for that is just energy, right? I work full time and make sure I do my hobbies after I do all my chores and, home duties. And yeah, there is time at the end of the day, but at that point I'm kind of winding down, reading a webtoon, and not sort of getting into gear and thinking of ideas. So yeah, it's kind of humbling when your body, energy levels can't keep up with your mind and what it wants to do. And it's not really me. I like sort of going all in, being consistent, being professional. But it is what it is, and we'll just keep on. There are actually a lot of things I learned over the last 6 months, so it might be a bit of a list that I'm reeling off. I wrote it down so I could share this and not forget what I've learned. So one of the things I learned is actually do a sound check before you record for a video, because you might record the whole thing and there's no sound coming through. So that was a good thing to remind myself of. I used to do videos a lot when I worked for Iris, and I don't do them as much now. A lot of the e-learning that I do is more text and picture based. I learned how to do transitions and make a YouTube short, and video edit on my mobile phone for shorts. Now, I've got quite a large phone. I've got the Fold, I think it's the 5. So that kind of helps. The screen is kind of the size of an iPad mini. I learned how to post shorts on LinkedIn, and that I think works quite well. I would really like to be able to make a short on YouTube and then share it on LinkedIn and direct traffic back. But when I first tried it, it didn't seem to embed. But when I tried it a second time, it did. So I guess I've just got to figure it out a bit more. I've decided, because I like pictures, that I like having emojis in my headings and my posts. So that's been amusing for me, but maybe not for anyone else. Some technical things that I've learned is how to ramp up sound and down, and transitions, and bulk edit sound. And the software that I'm using at home has just started having text-based editing, which is super helpful, because the software at work, Premiere Pro, has it. But what I'm using at home, Filmora, has it, but it's not as good. But it actually saves a lot of time. So I'm thinking of whether in the future it would be better to just use one software, the same one as work, which has a monthly charge, whereas the one I have at home, Filmora, I've already paid for it. I just have it. And one of the reasons I'm also thinking about that is because the shortcuts are different on each software, and I know I could change them to match, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather memorize the shortcuts for one for the other. It's just a little bit inefficient now because I'm getting muddled up between the two. So I think that's something that I need to think about. One thing that's quite interesting is that I have my face on the X-Plan training video, and sometimes I want to speed up screen loading time or moving between screens, because I'm not really adding value there. We're just waiting for the screen to load or to go somewhere. And then I'll 4x the speed of the video. And then because my face is also being 4x, you can see me like moving like this. So I think I've got to remember, no sort of scratching your ear or twitching when that happens, because if not, when it's sped up, it looks really odd. So yeah, that's the kind of list of things I've learned over the last almost 6 months since I missed giving you guys an update. I think going forward, I just have to accept the constraints of my energy and time and go, even though I would like to make a big deep dive on tasks and cases, because that's really interesting to me, I may have to just get into a rhythm by doing smaller things, like something that I can churn out in an hour, rather than have a series where I've thought about it, storyboarded it, chipped away at it over a few weeks, just to get some momentum. So yeah, that's something I'm going to be trying out, and I guess we'll see how we go. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming for the ride. I hope you're finding some things useful. Oh yeah, one of the things that was really distracting is I had a really gross messy pile of junk behind, and I used to have to screen it off with a screen. It was like a disassembled treadmill and all sorts of nonsense, and my lovely husband helped me clear it out. And so we have I know it's a blank wall, but at least it's not chaos like it was before. So yeah, that's another thing that's changed.